into potential civil rights violations with regards to how the WNBA, its leadership, and its players are treating the Golden Goose, Caitlin Clark.
Apparently, there's some jealousy that might be manifesting itself into physical, inappropriate conduct.
The WNBA has been exposed for shielding the wrong players, all while its top star was being publicly criticized on live TV. What league officials did behind the scenes after the cameras were off will make you rethink everything you believed about professional sports.
The league has fostered a hostile workplace for Ms. Clark's excessive fouling. Yeah, that's bullshit. Targeting and hostile comments from other players and owners. Ms. Clark's targeting may reflect a culture of disparate treatment.
No one is really talking about this. Caitlin Clark has single-handedly rescued the WNBA from fading into irrelevance. Merchandise sales surged 600%, app downloads skyrocketed 600%, and subscriptions jumped 400%. Her team's value tripled almost overnight. Right now, she's the main reason anyone is paying attention to women's basketball.
People that are resentful towards her, but it's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents.
So how did the league reward her? As a rookie, Caitlin Clark ended up taking 17% of all flagrant fouls in the entire WNBA. Think about that. One player out of 144 endured nearly a fifth of the league's most violent hits, double the rate of anyone else. This isn't just basketball, it's systematic targeting disguised as a game. And it gets even crazier. The WNBA didn't just allow it to happen. They actively shielded the players committing the fouls while letting Clark take the fall.
There's a very small number of men and women that actually get to live out their dream of playing the professional sport. And we have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen. That is the weirdest thing in the world, but it is what it is, and I'm glad that Caitlin has a great head on her shoulder.
Let's begin with the shocking Kennedy Carter hit that rocked the basketball world. Carter blindsided Clark away from the ball, knocking her down like a football linebacker. The hit was so violent that social media erupted in outrage. Despite the severity, the referees initially ruled it just a common foul.
Caitlin Clark is being fouled at a record rate. Some of them are brutal fouls, and a lot of the refs are looking the other way. And the women fouling her are doing it on purpose.
A common foul. And then things got even worse. Angel Reese jumped off the bench, celebrating as if her teammate had just won a championship. They were literally celebrating injuring the league's biggest star. The referees didn't even review the play and acted like a blindside hit away from the ball was normal. Only after massive backlash did the league upgrade it to a flagrant foul. But did Carter face any consequences? No. She wasn't suspended or fined and even told reporters she had no regrets, claiming she was just competing.
Do you have any regrets on how it happened and everything that's happened since then? I don't have any regrets with anything. I'm going to compete and play 100% hard no matter who it is, like I said, or who we're playing. No, I don't have any regrets.
Imagine if an NFL player admitted they had no regrets about a dangerous hit that could end someone's career. They'd be sidelined for weeks. Yet in the WNBA, Carter kept playing as if nothing happened. Then came the Marina Mabrey incident, which showed just how much the league had lost control. Clark had just been poked in the eye by J.C. Sheldon, and while she was trying to recover, Marina Mabrey shoved her to the ground for no reason. This wasn't part of the game, it was straight-up assault. The referees treated it like a normal scuffle, giving technical fouls to everyone and punishing the victim the same as the aggressor. The league only upgraded it to a flagrant 2 the next day, but Mabrey still faced no suspension. What's even more disturbing is the pattern. Referees consistently protected the wrong players, calling common fouls on plays that should have been flagrants and punishing Clark equally with her attackers. The Chicago Sky essentially turned targeting Clark into a team strategy, with 4 flagrant fouls against her in 4 games. This wasn't competitive basketball, it was coordinated harassment. When Angel Reese is celebrating cheap shots on the league's biggest star from the bench, it reveals a deep cultural problem. not just isolated incidents. And the most shocking part? The 17% of flagrant fouls Clark absorbed only counts the ones that were actually called, meaning the real targeting was likely even worse, as noted by Rebecca Lobo, former player and current analyst.
We know how much Caitlin drives ratings. We know how much Caitlin drives attention on the WNBA. And for her to come back and do it in that way.
Rebecca Lobo has been tracking all the missed calls, ignored cheap shots, and instances where officials turned a blind eye while Caitlin Clark was targeted. If every dirty play that went uncalled were counted, that 17% figure would skyrocket. In any other professional sport, a rookie superstar being targeted this heavily would trigger immediate league intervention, warnings, suspensions, and a clear message that stars are off limits for cheap shots. The WNBA, however, did the opposite. They normalized the targeting, protected the aggressors, and forced Clark to fight for her basic safety while pretending this was just physical basketball. Adding to the tension, A'ja Wilson, a three-time league MVP, publicly suggested that Clark's success and attention were tied to race, saying it frustrates her when people deny it's a racial issue. This shows the targeting wasn't happening in isolation. Even LeBron James had to speak out, condemning adults in the league who were actively trying to derail a rookie's career out of spite. When the greatest player of this generation has to defend a WNBA rookie, it's clear something is seriously broken. The stats speak for themselves. Clark faced more flagrant fouls than any rookie in WNBA history, at rates unthinkable for superstars in any other league. Experts even suggest this could be considered a hostile work environment. And what really highlights the WNBA's priorities? They spent more energy managing public perception than protecting their biggest asset. Whenever one of these incidents went viral, the league's response was to downplay it and wait for the story to fade, rather than addressing the targeting itself.
If Caitlin Clark's civil rights has been broken, right? What does that mean? That means that Caitlin Clark is damn me gonna own the WNBA because she's gonna have a super duper lawsuit, bro.
The WNBA claims to value player safety, yet they allowed their biggest star, Caitlin Clark, to be systematically targeted. Incidents like eye pokes, shoulder checks, and shoves were ignored or poorly officiated, while her attackers faced no real consequences. Clark endured physical and psychological abuse, all while the league prioritized PR over protecting her. The pattern is clear. Referees, officials, and executives failed to safeguard their most valuable player, creating a hostile work environment. With statistical evidence, public statements, and repeated targeting, the situation has drawn attention from federal investigators, highlighting institutional failure on a scale rarely seen in professional sports. Clark handled it all with professionalism, but the league's negligence is undeniable, and now they may face serious consequences.